Well, things just keep getting worse and worse and worse around here. We need, still need an alignment for the tire that we got replaced. I've used one on there right now, which will hold up for a while, but I need to get another tire and I need to get an alignment done. Air conditioning's still not working. I'd like to get that fixed. And now I noticed an exhaust leak, so I peeked under there and I have a big crack in the manifold, which Googling online says you shouldn't drive with for a very long period because it could do damage to the engine. So I don't know what to do. It's July 3rd today. Holiday, possibly. I don't know. Trying to get a hold of a mechanic. Can't get a hold of anybody. So hopefully we can get it fixed. We're good at fixing a lot of stuff, but exhaust manifold is probably outside of my scope of things to do. And I don't know how long we're going to be stuck with that. I mean, they got to pull it off. They got to repair it. We're going to have to sit and wait for a while. I don't know how long that takes. Whether they can repair it or I need a new one. AC I can live without. Alignment, that one needs to be done, but that won't take real long, I don't imagine. This exhaust manifold is going to be a bit of a pain. Alright, we're pulling out of here. We're in the KOA in Hardin, Montana. It was an alright stay. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. Just really small sites. Dinky, dinky, tiny sites. That's actually a drive-through area. Hardly enough room to sit beside the camper. Which, whatever, we wanted a place to crash for the night. We could plug in, we got air conditioning, and the price was great. Can't beat that. I think it was $56 for a campground. No fire pit, which is weird, but they do have a swimming pool we could use, and we didn't, but you could, and a few other amenities, so nice enough. I don't know if you can hear the motor there. It's getting quite loud. That cracked manifold's bothered me. Everything I read online says we shouldn't be driving it like that, so not far anyway. So I got to get that fixed, but I don't know if anybody's open today. We're going to drive. Hopefully we'll find somebody that can fix us up and keep us going. Alright, so I bought a whole whack of parts. I got my motorhome and parked it up here to give me some more clear. A whole bag full of parts from the friendly folks here at the auto parts store in Montana. And we're going to try to do what we can to fix this thing. So I got some spark plugs I wanted to put in, a new air filter. Those are just minor things. I got something to try to fix the AC, so we're going to work on that. This cracked manifold obviously is the most important part I want to get work done, so there's some stuff I'm going to try. Hopefully it works. And what else did I get? Can't remember, but anyway, that'll be a good chunk of the work. I should have took a picture of the crack first, I guess, but you can kind of make out where I've done some repairs here. This product that I bought, you're supposed to just smear on and then the heat cures it, so I don't know. We'll see if that works. I bought two different types. I'm going to let this one cure and then I'm going to put the other one on. The other one's more of a form of a tape. This was more of a paste. Between the two of them, hopefully it'll hang on for a little while. I'm going to do spark plugs now. So that's one of them underneath here. Pull these off, spark plugs in behind there. Not a ton of room here, but better than some. And I just have just barely enough clearance I can crawl underneath here, and I'm sitting in cavity here between the tire and this firewall, the roof, and the ground. A little bit of space. I want to change all the plugs, and then temperature sensor. That was the other one I couldn't think of. It's up on top of here. I'll have to remove the doghouse, which is the hump here above the engine. Inside the motorhome, it sits between Anissa and I in the front. I'll have to remove that in order to get at the temperature sensor. And then air filter, etc., etc. Hopefully she's going to run a whole lot better when I'm done today. Alright, big problematic. Two of the spark plug wires snapped off in here. So each spark plug's got one wire going to it, okay? And you pull them off the spark plug typically. It should come right out. In this case, this piece, which goes on the spark plug and the other part hooks onto the wire, it pulled right out of the wire. The guys here at the auto parts actually told me to use dielectric grease, this stuff, on the spark plugs before putting the wires on to prevent that from happening. So obviously the last guy didn't do that, so two of the spark plugs out of the four ripped the wire. Thankfully they had those parts in here as well, so I'd show them to you, but I can't reach it right now. And so I picked up new spark plug wires, which is good anyway. New plugs, new wires, everything's going to be hopefully running a lot smoother and nicer. Now it's a matter of getting that changed. Very important not to screw up the order. So I don't know if you can tell, can't quite point, but there's four of them right there, just underneath this plug. Okay, the hook up there, and it's very important to maintain that order because that's the firing order of your engine. Mess that up and it won't run proper. Honestly, I can't say enough about these guys. These guys are great. Bill's Parts City Auto Parts in Hardin, Montana. I was gonna say Manitoba, but Montana. So I don't know if it's part of a chain or not. I have no idea. But if you're in the area, please give these guys your business because they're amazing. They have everything I need. They're super friendly and courteous and respectful. And yeah, stuff I couldn't find at home. This is vacuum tubing. This is a piece that'll help fix me up. Vacuum tubing helps run the heater controls. I know that sounds silly, but it just it operates. So you can see the two little hoses here, blue ones that are rotted off. One of them goes to that mixer valve there, and the other one goes down to that canister, the rusty looking thing with the pipe on it. Basically, so the one down to the rusty can flips it so that I'm using inside air or outside air for the heater controls. The other one cuts off the heat, so there's no more hot air blowing through my heater controls. Which obviously this time of year I don't want. So when my AC is running, it's still blowing hot air because the hot water is still running through the box. And this vacuum hose will fix that up. So, but back home, the auto parts place had no idea what, I mean, I just picked one auto parts place, but they had no idea. My local Napa did not know what this hose was. So, very glad to be fixed up. Nothing. Might not be any fluid there, I guess. Running rough still.
What did you do exactly?
Drill the hole.
Where?
There.
Oh, well, I can't see that from here.
My bad. There's a hole in my dash, dear Eliza, dear Eliza. I've been looking for work to do because I've been bored. This holiday thing is driving me up the wall already. Nah, no, not that bad, but I like working. And so now I've had a whole day of constructive work.
You feel accomplished?
I'm covered in grease and dirt. Life is good. Alright, because this temperature sensor here ain't working, and this one's going to. The reason it's not working is because down there somebody snapped off, hang on, somebody snapped off the wire and then instead of fixing it properly just tossed it out. So they don't have the proper thermostat sensor, temperature sensor that I need. It would be Thursday, but they had this as just an aftermarket one, so I'm going to put it in the same spot, but I just have to mount a new spot in the dash, which I did here. Good morning, everybody. We're on day 12 of our holidays. We discovered, well, some of us knew that. To me, it feels like a lot longer, and to Wes, it feels like it's a lot longer too. So we're just discussing that it's only been 12 days since we left home. I'm just about ready to pack her in and go find some work to do.
Sounds like it's a terrible, like you're having an awful time.
Oh no, I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time, but I'm used to doing a lot more than just sitting here and driving. So I don't know. It just, to me, it felt like we've already been on the road for a month or so. Maybe because we were living in the motorhome already for a while. I don't know. We're still in Montana right now. Hardin, I think. Is that where we are still? Hardin, Montana. So yesterday we took a day off, got a bunch of reparations done here, patched the manifold as best as I could. And hopefully we're going to make some more miles today, but we do need to get it properly fixed at some point. It's raining today, dreary and wet. Not raining real bad. I don't think it's supposed to rain all day, but it is cooler. The next 3-4 days are going to be really cool, which will be nice change from all that heat. And we're going to make our way farther into Montana, over to Idaho. I don't know how far we'll get today. It'd be kind of neat if we can get to Idaho. That sounds like a real good state as well, before heading into Washington. So Washington's someplace we probably definitely wouldn't want to live. Sounds like it's crawling with liberal-minded folks. But we do want to see the ocean, so we're going to go through Washington, hopefully see the ocean. We were hoping to go to Vancouver Island. I think we've changed our mind on that. We've been through most of BC, although we've never seen the coast there, but the Pacific coast in Washington will probably look just as nice as it does in British Columbia. We do want to see the large trees, and from what I understand, they have lots of those in Washington and California as well, so probably catch a glimpse of them there. We were also discussing, I don't think it's a reality because we can't legally do it, but find some farmer around here that needs some work done. So if anybody here is watching and needs some haying work done, we'd love to drive tractor for a day or two. At least Wes and I would anyway. The rest of them might not, but you know, either fix your tractor or maybe build you a shed. Hey? We're getting kind of bored and antsy here. We need something to do. Okay, we're finally on the road. We are between Hardin, Montana and Billings. We're on our way to Billings. Not planning on doing anything there, but passing through basically. Beautiful country here. No trees in sight. Definitely more of a prairie appeal, but there's a mix of grassland and grain fields. So far a lot of what we've seen has been more pasture. Not as suitable for grains, I'm assuming, because nobody's doing it. A lot of the soils we had driven through, like in Wyoming there and stuff, pretty thin looking. Here things look a lot better, some nice crops. We had passed a big field full of canola not too long ago. Just asked Anissa if she felt like she could live here, and she thought, oh yeah, looks good. Although I think the lack of trees would bother us both. We do like having trees around. Of course, if you followed us for a while, you've seen our last place where we had an abundance of trees. So a mixture of this and trees, and that's why I think we like the foothill country, right nestled along the mountains, because it does have a mix of this, plus also trees and rocks and water. But it is definitely beauty. And I've said this often enough too, but it is really hard to describe this country. Like if you don't see it with your own eyes, it's very hard to describe to somebody what it looks like. Like, I don't know. I hope everybody gets the opportunity to kind of see it for themselves, and I hope our videos do some kind of justice to it, but they don't really. The photograph is never the same as seeing it with your own eyes. The colors, the smells, the sounds, the big sky, you can't explain it. I know when we first moved to Western Canada, to try to explain that sky to folks back home, they just don't get it. And even though the winters are colder on the thermometer, they were actually warmer because it was drier air. And trying to explain that to somebody that's never experienced it, it's really, really tough. So here again, we got lots of grain fields. Looks like they got a little too much water here. This stuff's all laying flat. It will still combine fine typically, but it's a lot more of a pain to get it scooped up because it's all laying in different directions. So anyway, bit of a dreary day, but that's where we are, making our way through. As far as the eyeballs can see here, it's just nice, gently rolling land. A couple of steep hills you wouldn't want to drive a tractor on, but for the most part it's really nice flat country with gentle sloping hills rolling through. We were just discussing another thing that we really appreciate so far. I don't know if it's going to be like this everywhere, but these major highways are all double lane. The major highway going across Ontario to connect Ontario to the western provinces of Canada is mostly single lane with the odd passing spot, which is extremely dangerous then to drive too slow because you get all these transports, you know, tailgating, and people making dangerous passes, things like that. Here you don't have that. Like, it's wide open. I can go whatever speed I want. So right now we're going pretty slow. Speed limit here, I think we're allowed to go up to 80. Trucks are allowed to go 70. And I'm just taking my time going up this hill, and it isn't bothering anybody. There's nobody behind me anyway. But all the people that were behind me have already passed. It takes a lot of the pressure off. It's just low pressure traveling. I can take my time. We can stop when we want, and we're not holding up a whole whack of people. So very much appreciate that. And like I said, I don't know if all of them, I don't even know if we're on an interstate right now or what this is called, but yeah, it's nice. Very nice. That's some beautiful country there, folks. Whoops. Now, we do try to wash the window for you folks every single day, but unfortunately sometimes new bugs do splatter, so my apologies if something's obstructing your view. I can live here. Could you live here? You could live here?
Oh, yeah.
Stunning. Today's word of the day is stunning. Nice.
6-wheelchair and a big yellow ticket.
Nice.
Like stickers.
And this is the world's first KOA. Yes, sir. Yep.
All right, whenever you're ready, I'll lead you. It's just a couple roads in here.
Sounds good. We'll follow you there. Anyways, world's first. So that's kind of neat. So very nice looking campground. We even have patio, picnic tables, and a fire pit. Oh, and a swing. Nice porch swing. We're home for a couple days here until hopefully we can get our alignment done. Oh boy, good evening. Got my golf pencil right there. Just did a round of golf, just the missus and I, while the kids are playing a board game, and we did pick them up another board game. We'll play as a family later. Admiring the Yellowstone River at the moment. Beautiful. So this runs, I don't know where it all runs, but it runs through Billings, Montana, which is where we are right now. We are staying at a KOA right in there. And there's a little trail coming back through off to the river. Beautiful. We're just commenting on the lines on the dirt, how they are not level. The water's flowing that way, so obviously the water's not level either. Water, if made to be made level, would have to be even more this way. Yet the lines are also very crooked, so it was interesting how crooked they are. Like that one there almost runs right into the water over here. Get over here, that's probably, I don't know, 80 feet in the air. Beautiful. Hopefully take the drone down here tomorrow and fly it up the river. I would assume there's fish in here. There's a kid right there fishing. Haven't seen him catch anything. Oh, maybe he's got some right now. There he's pulling. Anyways, very beautiful. And actually, for a moment there, I was missing home, the sound of the water.
Yeah.
In our creek. So I think that's probably on our list. If we could find a property with...
I don't have a list on it.
You don't have a list? I don't either, actually, but it's something we do enjoy. Obviously, we do like trees. We don't like bald prairie. We commented on that on the way through.
Right.
And
I think we just know what we like. And
we like some rock, but we want fertile farmland, so rock's not a must, but it does add character. But water, good water. Like driving through the prairies here too, a lot of it is like cork dry, right?
Yeah.
And that's not. I just looked at some, so somebody said that MLS exists here in the States too. I guess it's MLS.com instead of .ca. So anyway, I was looking at some Montana properties, and they are ridiculously expensive as well, same as at home, or worse. But a lot of the cheaper ones, like, hey, there's some that are affordable. They are dry. There's no water. You can't grow grass, means you can't feed animals. If you can't feed animals, you're not going to make a living. So that still remains a challenge, is to find some place that actually has affordable land that's fertile. Right? Saying, hey, the land's cheap, so many dollars an acre, but not being able to grow anything on it, that doesn't do you any good. So anyway, that's our 2 cents for tonight. Mine, 2 cents.
I'm just on vacation.
You don't care.
No.
Everywhere I go, I'm always looking for a place to farm. And this time I actually am, because we sold our farm. So we are actually looking for a place to live.
I'm on vacation.
She's on vacation. I'm done vacation. I want to get back to work. See if I can find some rancher that needs some help. Right?
I'm on vacation.
She's still on vacation.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much. much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it alright.